All right, we're back and we're ready to do our diamond star. So I'm just going to pull my last bundle out of my bag. And you've got quite a few different pieces going on here. So you're going to have, first of all, you need 8 of your 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch light squares, which are going to be your @ sign squares. And then you're going to have your 2.5 by 2.5 inch dark pound sign squares. These are going to be your half square triangles. Then we have 4 light 3.5 or 3 inch by 3 inch and 1 5 by 5, which is going to be your diamond, your floating diamond in the center. And lastly, you have 4 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch light squares, which are going to be your corners, which are not being pieced. I'm just going to put those at the top. So we need to make one big floating diamond square, and we need to make 8 of the half square triangles. So again, we're going to, for the floating diamond, we're going to start with one of the 3 by 3 inch squares in the top left. And again, you're just going to sew from corner to corner, either drawing a line or using the tool on the bed of your machine. And for your half square triangles, you're taking the light 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 and putting a 2.5 by 2.5 dark right sides together with the light. And again, you're either drawing corner to corner or using your tool to draw that diagonal. So I'm just going to go ahead and make those. We've made these 2 blocks before, so I'm just going to go ahead and chain mine, and I'll be right back. Just trim those, and then we're going to press that over. So we got 2 on, so now we're just going to put the other two corners on. Okay, so I got my 2 other corners on. I'm going to trim those 2. And then I'll just press these over. So we've got our floating diamond ready for the center of our block. And now I'm just going to sew our half square triangles. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So again, you can see here I'm putting my open toe. I tried it with my 1/4 inch foot for my floating block, and I still prefer the open toe. I can just see better. Make sure I'm lining up my corner with my needle. Alright, we've got these all sewn, so I'm just going to clip them apart. And we're just going to trim them 1/4 inch from that seam. So again, 1/4 inch line on the seam you've just sewn and just trim. Okay, then we're just going to press those over. Okay. So we're going to take our pieces here and we're going to lay them out. So you're going to have and then you're going to take your 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 lights and put them in the corner. The diamond goes in the center. And your lights go in the corners like that. This is going to go like that. So the base of your triangle should be on the towards your floating diamond here and your corner. So that's what it should look like. Make sure these are not twisted the wrong way here. So it should look like a star around your floating diamond. So now we're just going to build our rows again. So I'm going to do the top row and the bottom row. And then for the center row, we're just going to sew these two together first. So we're going to do that first, actually. So you're going to sew those two squares together. Oops, and you need your 1/4 inch foot. So I'm just going to sew those two together. So I'm just putting them one on top of the other. So just take those apart. And we're just going to press those. And again, I would just go the way that it's falling naturally. Okay, so we're going to start sewing these together. So I'll put those two together. I'm going to take these two. Okay, then we're just going to put these back. So this one's right here. This one is here. Okay, so before I go and press, I'm going to just finish my last seams here. So I'm just going to put these two halves together. Great, we have our rows in. So now we're going to press those. So the top row and the bottom row, that's these two little ones, the skinny ones, are going to be pressed to the left, and the middle row is going to be pressed to the right. So I'm going to press these guys to the left. So I'm just going to set my seams, and then I'm just going to press them to the left. So top row, the left row is going to be the same. Just set them first. Okay. And then our other one's going to be the opposite way. Just setting my seams. So when you put this one back down, make sure your seams are facing to the right. So like that. So now we're just going to solder those rows together. So I'm just going to put my top row on my middle row. And again, you're just going to butt those seams up. And if you're pinning, just grab your pin. And again, just crosswise. Like that. And then you've got another match point down here. I'm going to use this again. So I'm just going to check I'm happy with my joins here. So I'm just going to put my bottom row on, flip that one up like that, and make sure your seams are not twisted. Alright, we're going to put that one on, and again we're just going to butt these up together. Okay. And again, just make sure you're happy with your seams here. If you are, you're going to be pressing away from or towards row 2. Actually, it's falling naturally this way, so I'm probably going to press away from my center row. So again, you're just going to set and press. All right, and then we have our diamond square. So I'll be right back. We're going to start the assembly for the center of the quilt shortly.